Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Chris McGee. Big game, James Worthy. Big shot, Robert Horry. We got Brez working remotely. We got Trudell handling some locker room duties. Lakers snap a 3-game skid. A needed win over the Utah Jazz, and they do it with defense. The same defense that gave up over the last 3 games during that losing streak, 128 per night. They hold the #1 offense in the league to just 95 points. Almost a season low. It was right there until they decided to hit a 3 with 19 seconds left. Phenomenal fourth quarter defensively. They were down 6 going into the fourth. The Jazz only shoot 36%, 25% from 3. We asked for the effort. We asked for the energy. We got it.
I got to tell you, Geeter, for the first time in a long time, I got to give it Worthy credit.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, boy. I really enjoyed the maximum effort tonight. You know, they had a meeting of the minds, obviously, and they got tired of playing the way they were playing, and they knew they could do better. And tonight against the Jazz, they came out with an effort that I mean, I've seen it partially, but for 48 minutes, even when they lost the lead, they were able to defend. Yeah. And, you know, you've already mentioned the shooting percentages, but to hold Clarkson and Bogdanovich to 11 points and to also just play defense the way it's supposed to be played collectively. To me, the most valuable player of the game tonight was Stanley Johnson.
Indeed.
Because he personifies what defense is supposed to be played like every night. And if they can, you know, grasp some of that attitude, because he's the toughest guy on the team. He's tough as nails. Reminds me of Ron Artest a lot. If they can just grasp onto that and push toward that defense, the offense take care of itself.
Yeah.
But if they just grind it out and decide that they're going to be a defensive team like they were 2 years ago, I thought everybody, Reeves, they did a good job tonight.
Hold your thoughts, Rob. Hold your thoughts. Lakers get a win. Rams get the playoff win. We get the Worthy clap. Today was a good day. Let's go back downtown. Stanley Johnson with Mike Trudell.
All right, Stanley Johnson, for a Southern California kid, what was that moment like for you in the fourth quarter?
It was good. Like I told you before the game, I just wanted to bring some energy to the game, and I feel like I finally got a deflection, and I finally got a loose ball, and I finally got like some movement assist and stuff like that. And once the energy gets into the game, you kind of just play. Like I'm playing with LeBron and Russ, and it's easy to play with them. So it's like I told you before the game, I just want to bring some energy. If I bring some energy, I know everything will be fine.
Now you did tell me you were going to do that on the defensive end, but you ended up scoring 10 points in the fourth quarter on the offensive end.
Energy. It's just energy. It's nothing. I don't have no isolations. They guard LeBron with 2 people, so I get a layup. Like, it's running the court, I get a layup. Like, it's not nothing but energy, and that's what I have to continue to do to be successful.
Now, so during that big run, 13-0, you guys were small, but either you or LeBron playing center. What were you trying to do with Rudy, get him out of the perimeter so he could get into the paint?
I swear, I keep saying energy. I was just trying to play with energy and toughness and trying to just do my best. Like, he's bigger than me. He's taller than me. You know, he's an all-star caliber player. So I just do my best to do what I can do, and people help me, and it just happens that way sometimes.
Last one for you. You're on your third 10-day. What's it been like mentally, just kind of going through that process as you figure out what's going to happen for the rest of the year?
I'm blessed. I was cut by the Chicago Bulls earlier in the year. I don't know if you get cut by a team, you don't know how long you have to play in the NBA. Not only am I playing in the NBA, I'm playing for the hometown team. I can't. My God, I serve is good. So I'm just happy I'm here and happy we're winning again. So stuff like that.
All right, get out of here. Appreciate it.
Great interview there, Mike.
Yes, it was.
I see you, Stanley. Awesome job. What a night for Stanley, the hero. He gets 2 Trudell interviews, one in the pre and the walk-off in the post. Big fourth quarter. Check it out. Frank goes the whole time with him, 12 minutes, 10 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 4 rebounds, and an assist. During that 15-2 Laker run, he had 10 of the points. Rob, talk about an unsung hero. Big Game mentioned the way he plays and what he personifies. You heard him say right there he was cut by the Chicago Bulls. He didn't know if he'd be playing in the league, and now he's with his hometown team, playing with LeBron James and Russ and AD. But the offense, pulling up, hitting 15-footers. It was awesome.
Oh, yes. Tonight, he came out and he used that energy, he used that effort. He talked about it in the pregame show. He said he just want to come out and bring some defensive effort. But by golly, he brought some offensive too. And he came out and took what the defense gave him. He didn't go out and say, you know what, I'm going to try to make myself get a guaranteed contract by doing this or that. He just said, hey, LeBron, set me some picks. Let's try to get this thing to switch up with Gobert. And he had some driving opportunities. He had some layup opportunities. He had some jumper opportunities. And that's what you want to get out of a guy. You take advantage of your opportunity. Don't force anything, because a lot of times when you're trying to get a contract guarantee, you force something. But this dude, he knows how to play the game. He came out, he played extremely well. Now, they talked about his career high was 35, but tonight he played like he was the star of his team. He was like, LeBron, I'm going to take over, and I'm going to score these 10 straight points, and he was magnificent.
And you know what's awesome about when you mentioned the team, how the bench and guys on the court were absolutely loving this moment for Stanley Johnson. James, he's on his third 10-day contract. It doesn't get much more than this unless he gets guaranteed. These guys know how important it is. Here he is in a game where we talked about in the pregame show, Laker Blues going around town, people not happy with the last 3 games, people tweeting. It's all over every national talk radio show. Stanley tonight, he's sending a message that he wants to stay.
He definitely wants to stay. And not only does he want to stay, it almost seems like he's a young player, but it almost seems like he knows what this team needs, and he knows they need defense. When a player comes out and says, all I want to do is bring a defensive presence to the team, that's a good sign. He understands from being on other teams and his travels that, you know, he's got to specialize in what he does best, and that's defense. Offensively, I love the way he takes the ball to Gobert's body, pull up for a little 15-footer, didn't force the issue. So, yeah, he's got staying power and is exactly the kind of basketball the Lakers need to play.
How fun was it seeing him get confident? Like when he was pulling up from 15.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great moment. The place was going crazy.
And, you know, he was getting ready to drive in, and he's like, you know what? Take what they give me.
Rob, I want to go back to the beginning of our show and talk about the defense and this win, because you broke it down so well in the pregame show with the Access 360. This is the #1 offense in the league. Great spacing. Starts with Donovan Mitchell. What Rudy Gobert means to this team. What did you like that you saw from this defense? Because we were hard on this team in the pregame show. Rob, you see what they did the previous 3 games. 128 points. Gave up 54% from the field. Opponent 3-point field goals made 15, Rob, per game. Tonight, that all changed. What did you see? What did you like the most?
The first thing I'm going to give a game ball also to Frank Vogel, because his defensive rotation, the way they played that pick and roll with Gobert, it was great, because the big was on the wing and somehow they rotated the big in, the bigger guy to get the guard out of the situation so they could guard Gobert underneath. And every time Bogdanovich came off a shot, he had someone in his face. And even with Spider, he had someone in his face. And you look at the effort defense, the rotations were tight. It wasn't one of those lackluster when they go out and say, I'm going to put my hand up. They got out there and they rotated. They made them put the ball on the floor, and they played great rotation defense.
It's funny you bring that up. Just to go a little inside studio, when I walked in here, it's about 5-6 minutes left in the half. You're kind of standing there putting on your mics and stuff, but you're watching the game on that monitor, and you were talking about the rotations. You were like, I like that. You were happy with what they were doing.
Yes, I was very happy, because you have some situations where you have the little guys, meaning the guards, where Gobert will rotate. They would bump him at the free throw line to slow him down in order to get the bigger guy in to rotate and move out. And then it was running the guys off the three-point line, because a lot of times, you know, guys are used to guys shooting threes. So they contest the shot and do what I call a flyby. But they weren't flying.